One night with him wouldn't destroy what we have, would it? The moment my wife asked that question, I felt something inside me crack, not loudly, not dramatically, just enough to know that nothing between us would ever be the same again. It was nearly midnight in our Chicago penthouse. Rain tapped softly against the glass walls overlooking the city. My wife, Sophia, sat across from me at the kitchen island, slowly swirling wine in her glass while staring at her phone. At first, I laughed. I genuinely thought she was joking. Then I looked into her eyes. She wasn't. "You're serious?" I asked. Sophia sighed. "Ethan, you're acting like I said I want a divorce." I stared at her. "You just asked if sleeping with another man would ruin our marriage." "It's not another man." I already knew who she meant. Everyone did. Liam Hayes, Hollywood's newest superstar. Movie deals, magazine covers, millions of followers. For months, Sophia had been helping organize an elite charity event where Liam was scheduled to appear. What started as a harmless celebrity crush slowly became an obsession. His interviews, his photos, his social media posts. She talked about him constantly, and lately she'd started changing. Designer clothes, late nights, secretive phone calls, a different version of the woman I married. "It's just fantasy," she said. "Fantasy usually stays in your imagination." She rolled her eyes. "You're being dramatic." I nodded slowly. Maybe I was, or maybe I was finally seeing the truth. 6 years earlier, Sophia had married a man with big dreams and a small construction business. Now that business had grown into something successful, but apparently success wasn't enough. Not when it came without red carpets and camera flashes. "So if I spent one night with another woman?" I asked quietly. Her expression hardened instantly. "That's completely different." Of course it was. 3 days later, she told me she'd be staying at the luxury hotel hosting the charity gala. Work emergency, early meetings, the usual excuses. Before leaving, she kissed my cheek, and for the first time in our marriage, I felt absolutely nothing. Around midnight, my phone buzzed. A message from a friend who worked hotel security. Attached was a photograph. Sophia, laughing, holding Liam Hayes' hand, both of them entering a private elevator leading to the penthouse suites. I stared at the image for a long time. Strangely, I didn't feel anger. I felt clarity, because there was something Sophia didn't know. A few months earlier, her father had invited me to lunch, just the two of us. Near the end of the meeting, he said something unexpected. "I'm stepping down next year." I smiled politely. "Congratulations." He shook his head. "I'm not talking about retirement, Ethan. I'm talking about succession." Then he looked me straight in the eyes. "I want you to run the company." Not Sophia. Me. Her family's furniture empire was worth hundreds of millions. Sophia had always assumed she would inherit leadership someday, but her father valued character more than entitlement, and he'd been watching us both. The next morning, Sophia came home wearing sunglasses despite the cloudy weather. "Rough night?" I asked. She froze. "Exhausting." The lie sounded pathetic. Then her phone lit up on the counter. A text message. From Liam. The color drained from her face. For a moment, neither of us spoke. Then I smiled. "You were right." She looked nervous. "About what?" "One night can change everything." A week later, her father invited the entire family to dinner. Sophia spent hours preparing. She was convinced she was about to receive life-changing news. She was right, just not the news she expected. Halfway through dinner, her father stood and raised his glass. "I've made my decision." Everyone became quiet. "Next year, Ethan will become CEO." Sophia dropped her fork. The sound echoed through the room. "What?" Her father didn't even blink. "He earned my trust." For the first time all evening, I saw genuine panic in her eyes. Not sadness, not regret. Panic. because she suddenly realized what she had thrown away. That night, she cried, she apologized, she begged, she promised she'd made a terrible mistake. Maybe she meant every word, maybe she didn't. But some doors only close once, and some betrayals reveal truths that can never be unseen. As I listened to her sobbing, I realized something important. She wasn't mourning our marriage. She was mourning the future she thought was guaranteed. And once you understand the difference, moving on becomes surprisingly easy.